If you position yourself as the regular photographer, well, you're gonna be a regular photographer just competing based on pricing. However, if you package your service as a high-end product, you are going to be positioning yourself as an extraordinary photographer. So this is all about positioning. All right, let's talk about the one thing that keeps a lot of photographers up at night. Pricing. Yes, we're gonna talk about the elephant in the room. Now, if you've ever stared at your pricing and thought, is this too low? Is this too much? Are couples even going to pay this? Am I worth it? Well, then this episode is for you, because the reality is that pricing isn't just about slapping a number on your offer and hope people buy it. No, pricing is about positioning, and it's also about strategy. And let's be real, it's also about charging what you deserve without feeling guilty about it. If you're tired of hearing you're too expensive, or if you are struggling to book high-end weddings because there are other photographers that are charging way less than you, well, in this episode, I'm gonna share with you 3 pricing strategies, proven pricing strategies that can transform your business. By the end of this episode, you will walk away not only with how to set your prices, but also the psychology behind it. All right? So couples don't just want to book you. No, they feel like they need to book you. And of course, if you want the complete roadmap on building a successful and profitable high-end wedding photography business, then I would love to invite you to the High-End Click, and specifically module number 3. So the High-End Click is the proven formula that I have developed, and I put it in a program just for you, wedding photographers that wants to scale their business to 6 figures. And in module number 3, we talk about your offer. Your offer is about pricing, it's about the product, it's about the positioning. And this is exactly what we cover in module number 3. I give you some resources, the pricing calculator. I give you a bunch of resources to make sure you are charging what you are worth. All right. So at the end of this episode, we're going to talk more about it, but let's dive into the 3 strategies, proven pricing strategies for wedding photographers. All right. Before we get started with the pricing strategies, let's talk about an analogy. So let's pretend you are walking into a coffee shop and you see 2 options, a regular black coffee for $2.50 and you see a cappuccino with latte art for $8. All right. So nobody actually needs that cappuccino with art and looks beautiful with the whipped cream. Nobody really needs it, but plenty of people will buy it. Why? Because they want it, but they also perceive it as better. It's more luxurious. It is more enjoyable. Now, your photography pricing works the same way. If you position yourself as the regular photographer, like that regular coffee, well, you're gonna be a regular photographer just competing based on pricing. However, if you package your service as a high-end product like the cappuccino, you are going to be positioning yourself as an extraordinary photographer. So this is all about positioning. All right. So how do you do this? There are 3 ways that you can do this. And I'm going to share these with you. Whether you're just getting started as a wedding photographer, or maybe you already have years of experience as a wedding photographer, but you want to refine your packages and maybe even increase your prices. All right. So let's get started. All right. Let's start with the first pricing strategy. This is what we call the decoy pricing strategy. So this is a psychological trick that you can use that really what it does, it helps you make your middle package the most valuable one and the most desired one. So let me give you an example. We see it a lot at Burger King or McDonald's or Wendy's, like this fast food. They always have small, medium, and large. And most people will choose the medium combo, right? Same thing with your wedding photography business. So when you create your packages, you can have the number one, a bare minimum package. It's low price, but it does not have a lot of value. Then we have the middle package, and this is your ideal package. Really, this is the one that you want to sell the most, and it has the most value. And then we have the high-end package, which is premium price and full service. Now, your couples will go and they will see your packages and they will see the first one. They will say, well, that seems too basic. We don't want it. And then they will see the top one, the high-end package, and they might say, well, this is too expensive. We don't want that either. So they end up choosing the middle one because this feels, keyword feels, like the best value. This strategy alone can boost your revenue by strategically choosing what you're putting in your packages so that it makes the middle one the most attractive one and people will buy it. All right. Now, let's continue with pricing strategy number 2. This is what we call the anchoring strategy. The anchoring strategy is all about making your biggest package. So let's go back to the small, medium, and large, the high end. So the anchoring strategy is about making that high-end package even more affordable by creating a fourth option. So let me give you an example. Let's say you walk into a store and you see a $500 designer bag, and right next to it, you see a $250 bag. The $250 bag, it might be, for some people, still an expensive bag, but because it's right next to the $500 one, it will be perceived as more affordable. And it's the same thing with your wedding photography packages too. You can take that high-end package, create a fourth one, and use that as a anchor. That's the whole point of the name, the anchoring strategy. That's the anchor of your price. And then they will see that high-end package as one as that is more affordable. And this, again, this is all psychological, right? This is all happens in the back of your consumer's mind. So we apply this strategy, even if you don't book like the biggest package, even if you make 0 sales on that package, even though I would love for you to do it, it doesn't matter because it's designed to make your high-end package, the third one, seem more affordable. All right? Now, let's continue with the last pricing strategy, which is the value stacking strategy. So here's the biggest mistake that most wedding photographers make. They only charge for their hours. So let's say a 4-hour package, they only charge for those 4 hours. A 8-hour package, they only charge for those 8 hours. But guess what? You're just not selling photos. You are selling an experience. So instead of only charging for your time, stack in some value-driven bonuses like a complimentary engagement session. Maybe it is a priority editing so they will receive their photos within a week. Maybe it is a handcrafted wedding album. You can add these extra bonuses to your package so that when your couple see their package, they're not going to say, oh, it's only based on the hours. They will say, whoa, look at everything that I will get in this package, which will make your higher price package, again, the third one, feels like the most worth it one. Let's recap. We did 3 pricing strategy. Number 1, the decoy pricing strategy. Remember McDonald's, small, medium, and large. We have the anchoring strategy, is by creating that fourth package that helps make that third package more affordable, even though it's a high-end package. And then the third pricing strategy is the value stacking strategy, which really what it is like instead of only charging for the amount of hours that you will be working, you charge for extra bonuses like engagement session, wedding album, or faster turnaround time. All right. So that's it. Those are the 3 pricing strategies that we cover today, but also we go deeper in the high-end click. In the high-end click, I will show you exactly how to create your packages. Where do you put these type of bonuses? How do you structure those 3 different packages to make sure the middle one is the one that you sell the most? But also, how do you create an anchor pricing strategy so that the latest package, so the high-end one, the third one, also seems more affordable and with a lot of value. All right. So if you want to learn more about the high-end click, I would love to invite you to go to stevendecuba.com/high-end. So stevendecuba.com/high-end. The high-end has a dash in between. It's on the screen, but it's also in the description below. Because here's the truth. If you don't take control of your pricing, your couples will. And when they do, you will feel overwhelmed, overworked, and you will feel definitely undervalued. And this is not what I want for you. All right? I want your passion for photography to make you money. I want your passion for wedding photography to give you really a living, the freedom, because you're doing what you want to do, because you love it, but also because you can be strategic about it too. And if you're just getting started, or if you're just learning how to build this business, this is the right program for you. All right. So stevendecuba.com/high-end. That is where you can find more information. All right, before you go, there's another episode that you will find valuable, which is my Instagram strategy for 2025. Because let's be real, there's one thing about like the pricing strategy is one piece of the puzzle. Now you really need to learn, okay, so how do I attract high-end clients so that I can make that sale? And that is exactly what you're going to learn in this episode. So if you're watching on YouTube, you click right here to watch that video. And if you are listening on Spotify or on podcast, you're just listening to the audio, it will be in the description below. All right, I will see you next time on the Steven De Cuba's podcast. Ciao, ciao.